Hey, so we continue with part 2 of the intergumentary system. So we discussed the skin and its layers. So we are going to discuss the accessory, the pigmentation. Pigmentation, the color of our skin is influenced by the number of pigments, including the melanin, keratin, and hemoglobin. Melanin, as we discussed, in the epidermis, produced by cells called melanocytes, found scattered throughout the stratum basale of the epidermis. Melanin is transferred into keratinocyte via cellular vesicle called melanosome. Melanin occurs in two primary forms, as eumelanin exists as black and brown, whereas pheomelanin provides a red color. I just want you to know that dark-skinned individuals produce more melanin than those with pale skin, and the exposure to UV rays of the sun or tanning the saloon causes melanin to be manufactured and built in the keratinocyte, as sun exposure stimulates keratinocytes to secrete chemicals that stimulate melanocytes. So it's a kind of involuntary process. The moment you're exposed to the sun or the tanning of the salon in the salon, you have stimulated your body to produce the melanin. As you can see, we have the skin surface. The melanin is increased in the dark skin, and light skin the melanin is reduced. So melanocytes are in the base. Then we have it moves. It is transported by the melanosomes during the process of melanin production. The skin receptors, there are most sensory receptors for the cutaneous cells that are found in the dermis. We say the Merkel cells are at the stratum germinatum, as are some of the nerve endings. So cutaneous senses are touch, pressure, heat, cold, and pain. So for pain, heat, and cold, the free nerve endings are the receptors that sense that. So the encapsulated nerve endings sense touch and pressure. The purpose of these receptors and sensation is to provide the central nervous system with information about external environment and its effect on the skin. This information may stimulate responses such as feeling pain or stretching on insect bite, scratching an insect bite, or responding to a feeling of cold by putting on sweater. So they have different impulses transmitted to the brain and sensation. There are some of the receptors. We have Meisen receptor that senses touch, nociceptor. We have receptor that senses pain. We have receptors that senses pressure, ruffling endings. We have paxin capsicles that senses pressure. We have free nerve ending that senses pain, heat, and cold. Merkel discs or receptor, they sense touch. Crow's end bulbs, they sense touch. Root hair plexus, they sense touch. So it depends with the layer of the skin. We have soft touch, we have deeper pressure, soft pressures. Like here you can see we have this a needle, we have this a pinch, we have this a small touch with the hair bulb from the chicken. We have different ways. So sensations are different according to different layer of the skin, and we have different receptors to each layer. Glands, integumentary glands are divided into three. We have two. We have the sebaceous gland and sweat glands, or sudoriferous glands. So sebaceous glands, as part of the follosebaceous unit, produce sebum, rich in lipids that coats and protect the hair shaft. They are mostly found everywhere on the skin, except on areas without hair, like palms and soles of the feet. Let's say maybe they're not found in the thick skin, but majorly they are found in the thin skin. So they are located in the dermis. Mechanism of secretion is holocrine. Remember, we discussed glandular epithelium, the method of secretion. So this one is holocrine. And histological appearance of these sebaceous glands, they are simple and compound alveoli, as we discussed the glandular epitheliums. You can refer to the notes if you've forgotten. Sweat glands, these sudoriferous, they are divided into two, eccrine and apocrine. For eccrine, they are thermoregulators, produce and release sweat via evaporative heat loss in response to increased temperatures and emotional stress. They are present throughout the body, numerous in the palms of the hand and soles of the feet. They are located at the dermis, from the dermis to the epidermis, like up. Their method of secretion is merocrine. Halocrine, we say there is destruction of the whole cell. Merocrine, we say it's just like they fuse, it just diffuses out without distracting the cell is still intact. Apocrine, we say there is a pinching off of the part of the cell. So the method of secretion here is merocrine, and is simple. The structure is simple, coiled. It can be simple, coiled, tubular, and it has pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium. For the apocrine sweat gland, it secretes organic substances that are metabolized to become malodorous perspiration, the body odor. So it's mostly found in axillary, male genitalia, that's the scrotum, female genitalia, labia majora, nipples, and the perianal region. So they are found from they involve from the dermis to the epidermis through the hair follicle. Remember, eccrine involves the dermis to epidermis through the sweat pores, but for apocrine involves the dermis to epidermis through the hair follicles. The secretion is apocrine, as I said. The structure can be compound, plant, or coiled, tubular, or cuboidal epithelium. So, yeah, thank you. So we continue with the hair. The hair is keratinized, thin, thread-like structure that extends for various lengths above the structure of the epidermis. Hair functions as thermoregulator, as a conflage, and as a sensory organ. We can see the hair, we can have hair papilla, which is the root, hair matrix, outer root sheath. They all form the hair bulb. Then we have the shaft, which is made up of the medulla, cortex, and cuticle. We also have the inner root sheath and outer root sheath as part of the hair. So we have three types of hair. The lanugo, which is mostly found in the entire fetus, then after birth they disappear. Veilas, present throughout the individual's life, almost invisible, but when viewed in a sunlight at an angle, for instance on the person's eyelid, you can see it, but they are not found in the eyelashes. They are evident as short, very fine, soft, and pale structures. Most of the human body is covered by vellus hair. Then we have the terminus hair, that is coarse, long, highly keratinized, dark hairs that are present on the head, eyebrows, eyelashes, pubic hairs, etc. So most of the people they refer this as the hair, the terminal hair. It's the common part people know it's a hair. Hair growth stages. The hair grows are reversed, shed, and replaced by new. This occurs in three phases. We have the anagen, catagen, and telogen phases. So anagen phase, cells divide rapidly at the root of the hair, pushing the hair shaft up and out. The length of this phase is measured in years, typically from 2 to 7 years, and it grows at a rate of 0.3 millimeters per day. Catagen phase lasts only 2 to 3 weeks, marks a transition from hair follicles active growth, and from this we go to telogen phase. Here the hair is at rest, doesn't grow anymore. No new growth occurs at this stage, lasts for about 2 to 4 months. Anagen phase begins thereafter. After the 4th month, then it prepares the anagen phase. Good to know, averagely 50 hairs are lost and replaced per day. Hair gets its color from the pigment melanin produced by melanocytes in the hair papilla. Different hair color results from differences in type of melanin, which is genetically determined, so you can't do anything about it. As a person ages, the melanin production decreases and hair tends to lose its color and becomes gray or white. Nails. The nail bed is specialized structure of the epidermis that is found at the tips of our fingers. The nail body is formed on the nail bed and protects the tips of our fingers and toes, as they are the largest extremities and parts of the body that experience the maximum mechanical stress. So the nail body forms the back support of the picking up small objects with fingers. As you can see, you can continue. The nail body is composed of densely packed dead keratinocytes. The epidermis in this part of the body has evolved and specialized structures upon which nails can form. The nail body forms at the root, which has a matrix proliferating cell from a stratum basale that enables the nail to grow continuously. On the lateral, nail fold overlaps the nail on the sides, helping to anchor the nail body. The nail fold that meets the proximal end of the nail body forms the nail cuticle, also called the eponingium. The nail bed is rich in blood vessels, making it appear pink, except at the base where there is a thick layer of epithelial over the nail matrix that forms a crescent-shaped region called the lunula. The area beneath the free edge of the nail, furthest from the cuticle, is called the hyponingium, that consists of the thickened layer of stratum corneum.